Ramon. How are you today?
Hi, Mindy Hahn. Hello, Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney's super pumped to be up so early on a Saturday morning. I could barely get her out of bed. She was all toasty and warm under the covers.
Me too. I'm ready to go because I need some winners. I need
That's
the
right.
help of everyone, of Mindy. I need the help of the chat. I'm going to just go with the chat probably when it's my turn to pick right
That's
now,
right.
Mindy. But you had a good day yesterday, so good job.
Thank you.
Winners were hard to come by, apparently.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it seemed like there for a while, the whole board was was pretty empty. It was pretty crazy.
Well, it's all right. We'll get back at it, and we're going to get back at it here on with Team Steam because I mean, we were before we were rudely interrupted by Friday. We were pretty hot, so let's go over to the website tonyspicks.com and check out what's going to be going on over there today. Big Saturday of action. We're going to preview college football. We still have more big games coming up. Of course, we've covered many games so far, and you can go back and watch our videos on
Right.
Tony's Picks YouTube channel from earlier in the week. Mindy, we already did, I don't know, 20 games or so
Yeah.
with videos, and Tony has his videos up as well, previewing college football. So let me bring up the website and show everyone that Mindy is on top of the leaderboards for today. And there are two ways to uh, get to the leaderboard, but I'll just make a point here. No disrespect to Daniel, who's a great capper, and does come in with a higher winning percentage than Mindy yesterday, 66%. See it right there, 67%, 2-1. Mindy, 60%, 12-8. I think all your subscribers will take that for sure. Yesterday, 12-8 for a nice profit there, and over the last 7 days, you're getting it done. So good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a pretty decent day. Started finally firing in college basketball.
Oh, fire you did.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like I had been, kind of on spot because normally I like to wait before I give any picks to my premium members just because I like to gather stats and such, to see where teams are compared to last year. But geez, Ramon, as we were working through the picks all week, I was like, man, I should have been in there, been kind of you know, hitting okay on that week of no play. So I said, well, it is time to go, and that's what we did, and have 5 plays for today in college hoops.
Well, one of my problems was fading you twice, from what it looks like on some of the premiums. Bad call by me, so I better listen to your previews today when we talk about the games, especially in the NBA where you had a couple nice winners. Indy Houston under, Charlotte Cleveland over. For some reason, I just ignored what you had. But at least I had the Utah Jazz with you yesterday. That seemed like a pretty solid performance there. But boy, you also had other winners. Tarleton and over, you just had totally handicapped the whole game there with a double winner. You had other totals winners in college with USC Mount St. Mary's over. You had the Liberty game over. You had the Wyoming Howard game under, and you also had IU on the money line. So a lot of winners there, Mindy. Yesterday, good job.
Thank
And
you.
I had Southern.
It's always that time of day. Are we buffering, Ramon? Yep, it looks like it might be Ramon buffering. So yeah, so hopefully, hopefully, there you go. I think you might be back.
Okay. Well,
All right, cool.
speaking of embarrassing, oh my God. My goodness, Danielle Cunningham, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you here live instead of catching
Seeing
our
that
replays.
comment, it makes me excited. I've got to be quite honest with this whole experience. When we meet new people in the chat that are coming here, thank you for watching all the recordings, if you will, on all those days. So yeah, sorry about that, Mindy. We're back, but yeah, I did have some winners. I was just going to point them out to try to pump myself up. Moorhead and Vandy under, Oak State and Central Florida under, Southern Utah and Kansas what happened to the Jayhawks? They
I
barely
don't
got it
know.
done.
Barely made it out of there. That was crazy.
I had under in that one, so maybe I should stick to my usual instead of flying all over the place. But I'm not going to stop firing today, that's for sure. So we've got more college football to discuss. We also have our premium consensus picks. We're on a 10-4 run. Mindy, I don't know if you know
Right.
that.
We're ready to go.
In our last 14 here with Team Steam. Danielle gets to be in the mix picks. I'm ready to go with the chat. You guys make sure you get. If I'm wavering at all, and Mindy's on a premium, I might just default Mindy the chat right now. But that's fine. That's what we're here for. And also run a 14-9 run in college basketball. That probably got Mindy ready to fire with her numbers. Yep. And we've also gone 11-7-1 in NBA over the last 7 days. So hockey was kind of our bread and butter, but now we're moving over to hoop. If we can put it kind of both together, maybe we can come up with a big day because we're already locked and loaded in our college football plays. And don't forget, if you missed the show, you don't have time to go back and look, you can just throw us a little bone and subscribe to the plays maybe for a 3-day package. And I don't know, Mindy, I don't have the official count. I mean, we previewed 20 games. We probably got at least 10 premiums over them, maybe 8 or
I'm
9.
trying to remember. It seems like it's about 12, 11 or 12, I want to say. But I only put the first package in for the early morning plays since I've been doing a lot of other work. So I will get the rest of those in there right after the show.
Well, again, right now, you can always watch the previews there. Scotch is here. We're all ready to roll. Get started on these games. I was mentioning that I will have a UFC card tonight as well. I've already got an early package up right there.
Nice.
You see, I'm the $1,300 over the last 30 days, but I'm giving away dimes like they were. Okay, but right now I have a couple of college football 3-packs locked and loaded. One involving early games right there, and one involving late games. Both $30. Those 3-packs are up right now at Tony's Picks. I'll also have UFC coverage coming later on, and also I'm still determined to fire on the college basketball card today. Probably going back to some beta. That's okay. But NBA 5-game card, and it's hockey night. So, Mindy, what do you have planned?
Well, I got a little bit in everything. So yeah, like you, kind of going for it, right? I got the 5 plays in college basketball. I have probably 10, 12 in college football. I have a 7 card for hockey, and then a 3-game card for the NBA. So I have a lot of plays, today. Both Ramon and I are volume betters. We feel like, it's the only way you can go plus 10 units is if you play, 10 games. So we like to go for that. And again, it's one of those, Greer's kind of talking, you can start yourself out with lower units. There's nothing saying that you have to bet $100 on every game. You can bet 5 or 10 and work yourself up. Start the month out with $5 units, and then next month maybe you're playing $7.50 units, and then by the end of the year maybe you have a grand bankroll that you could play with or something. But yeah, I mean, sports betting, there's all different shapes and sizes that are in this, and all we're doing is giving you information to become successful. I mean, we didn't all start out with betting hundreds of dollars per game.
I mean, I can just click on the profit guarantee and
right.
load it up in my cart right here and make the purchase right now. Give me some winners tonight in the NHL with Mindy Hahn, okay? And don't forget, all of our packages are profit guaranteed. If our packages don't get a profit, get the credits back to your account. You'll always leave Tony's Picks with a winning experience, no matter what. So want to get that to you on the first try, and appreciate all of our subscribers, whether to our individual packages or to our morning Steam packages, where that's why we're here to promote ourselves, the site, and maybe get those packages out, keep us on the show here 6 days a week. So anyways, appreciate everybody. Probably got to get going here because of all the card, but I just want to show you Mindy's already got a lot of packages locked and loaded.
Right.
She's firing today like she did yesterday. So ready to go, Mindy. I can take a look at some of the numbers all the time, but we've got a lot of games we got to preview.
That's right.
And we're glad you're here. So we want to hear from you in the chat. Make sure that you try to put the game or the initials or something so I can get the right comment by the chat on the right game and I'm not falling behind. Or if you're watching a little bit on tape delay, I'm not putting you on the wrong game and we all blame each other for a lot. And I was talking about this game. So, hey, don't forget to use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20%, especially if you're getting our premium consensus picks over there. We're going to give them to you for free right now in the next 90 minutes or so. And but again, if you want to subscribe to them so you don't miss them, use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Even though we'd like the compensation, we want you to save as much money as you can on these because these picks are free. And really, we just feel like you're throwing us a little bone and taking care of us over there if you get the picks like so many of you have. So thank you so much. All right.
Well,
All right.
Ramon, I thought it was crazy, because we had talked about Buffalo, moving to Detroit, but come to find out the team never officially moved to Detroit. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
So the team might be stuck in Buffalo, but everyone else is going to play, over there in Detroit.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't.
So they're hoping to get out today sometime with their, how many was it? 5-6 feet of snow.
Yeah, no, I was a little bit out of the news loop going out to some high school ball tonight. Or what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. I haven't been to bed yet. But no, and then funny that, right, because one of the things that occurred here, and boy, if you saw the Buffalo Stadium, I guess, okay, maybe I was a little bit flippant there. Let's play it. I mean, that would have been a lot of shoveling. And the biggest problem is, and the reason why, for example, they talked about the University of Buffalo game was it's not so much getting the facilities in order, but it does take a lot of people to do that. And there's a lot of safety issues, but also getting, for example, I think it was who they playing, Akron, and getting the team to the stadium, and playing the game. So it's not so much the conditions. Once you're there, everybody loves to go play in the football in the snow if they can, but it's logistically getting 100 or 200 people to a specific area to play the game. So I'm sure they'll work that out. And again, Buffalo also probably gonna take their time a little bit. I think they do plan on staying there until Thursday for their next game as well. So I guess it does work out for them a little bit. And I don't know, those Buffalo fans, they'll probably go to Detroit just to get away from the snow if they can. So KJiz is here as well. Hey, Greer is here too, and I like what he had to say. Yeah, boy, you could say that again about the NBA. All right.
Right. Like I said, no one likes to rebound in the NBA anymore since about, 1996.
Yep, and Kawhi came back. We'll talk about him later, but I mean, like I said, look at him right now. So, all right, and let's get into it. We're going to start with with college football, with the remainder of our selection of games. These be top games today, coming to you at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and 4 Pacific time. As we get going, my pleasure. Hey, I am a member. I'm an honorary member of two old ladies that
That's right.
Bet and stuff. So
exactly, the two old ladies that bet and stuff, and Ramon, right?
Okay, let's start to get into it here with SEC action with the Tennessee Volunteers. Who doesn't want to? And I know this line is probably wrong. These are real stale lines, I think, Mindy. But go ahead with Tennessee and South Carolina. It has been higher. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, kind of come down a little bit. But Tennessee, what can you say?
Yeah, I mean, they won 3 out of their last 4 here now by at least, 38 points each. Yeah, I mean, South Carolina, they only put up about 18 here over their last 3 games. I think this one is Volunteers. They're 5-1 in the last 6 games, 8-2-1 against the spread versus South Carolina. I think I'll have to take Tennessee minus the 22.5 in this one.
All right, yeah. I was just gonna kind of check to see if there'd been any change on the line before you said anything. But yeah, it's 23 maybe, but no big deal. 66.5. I'm sure you can find some 22.5s out there. Went up higher and came back down actually to the other side. So Mindy's gonna be on the balls to get it done again, and I think they're going to put up a pretty big number here. South Carolina may actually get something on the back end. Tennessee's got so much to look forward to. When you're expected to win by 3 touchdowns, they're real hard not to get everybody in the game, keep everybody healthy, keep everybody rested. We know that the Gamecocks maybe they can score against some average teams, so why not against a team that's kind of a Tennessee team letting up steam a little bit? So I'm going to go over in this one, Mindy, 66.5. And Mindy says, take the balls. Plus,
Yeah,
minus
why not?
2.5 points. All right, Mississippi and Arkansas, Mississippi on the road here. 1.5, total 66 now.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss is scoring 27.5 points a game here over the last 2. Arkansas, 14.5. On the defensive side, Arkansas gives up about 28 points a game here. Ranks them about 168th in the nation, while Ole Miss is 83rd. Ole Miss also 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. I like Ole Miss here to win by a field goal-ish. Easy.
Okay. Yep. Mindy says take Ole Miss here on the road, laying the points. Yeah, for me, I think I can agree with you here, Mindy. Mississippi right now 5-1 straight up as a favorite. Arkansas 1-4 straight up as an underdog. Well, I think that looks like Mississippi's a favorite there. Don't want to base it all on that. Certainly, like what Ole Miss is doing. Watch out, this one could get a little goofy at the. This one could be really. I think we're going to see a lot of points in this one, Mindy, if you know what I mean. But let's go ahead and agree to take Ole Miss in this one for a consensus, if you don't mind, today. But Arkansas 7-3 to the under, Ole Miss 3-1, 7-3 to the over for Arkansas. Ole Miss 3-1 to the over on the road. So maybe you can see what I think about how this one is going to work out. Cages says Ole Miss right there. Danielle, thanks for all the picks there in the chat as well. Your picks are well recorded. All right, Mindy. So you're on. We're both on Ole Miss here.
Yeah, we are. Consensus play.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, I think. Yep. Good job. Okay.
Good job.
Oklahoma State and Oklahoma here, and I'm showing Oklahoma as a 7-point favorite, total 67.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take the home team here today at -7. I know Oklahoma has its own share of woes. And then you have Oklahoma State team that also has their other side of scoring woes. It's been kind of a crazy year for both of these, 2 teams here. Oklahoma has lost 2 out of its last 3, but only by, a couple points here. But if I take a look at Oklahoma, they're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games versus a team with a winning record. I think Oklahoma will get it done today at home.
All right, yeah, Oklahoma. They are 1-4-1 against the spread at home. I have a hard time maybe getting involved with a favorite right here like this in a rivalry game. Oklahoma State 4-2 against the spread as a dog, rough. And I don't know even though the over/under is 11-5 to the under in the last, 5-1-1 to the over in the last. Okay, I'm just going to throw out that stat. I don't care. I think this game's going to fly over the total. It was going to be a premium, but I'm going to give it out right here. I like Oklahoma State and Oklahoma to go over today. I think it's going to be a real crazy game in this one. I'll even say 80 points. I'm going to say 80 points.
I'm going to hold you to that one, Ramon. I'm going to hold you to that.
You called me out the other day. I actually got one right and had the right.
80.
Call it the alternate universe. I think they used to call it with those.
Bizarro world. Is that what they say?
Also says over. So he's on Oak State. He's on the over, but Mindy's on Oklahoma, and I'm on the over. Okay, make sure we got it right. All right, got a good one out here. Oh, would have been a big gift. They wouldn't have blown that game, but that's okay. It's still for the bell. Game here with SC and UCLA in this one, Mindy, and very tightly rated, a massive total. I don't know. I mean, I get it.
You're not predicting 80 in this one yet, or do I have to wait and see?
I don't like it, but my threshold's it's 70. I mean, that's kind of where I switch.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think this one is going to be excellent. I'm really looking forward to it. USC putting up quite a few points this year, 36.5. UCLA 38.5. I mean, this is going to be a big one. UCLA 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games in November. I really like this home team again here today, Ramon. I think they'll get it.
Well, if I'm looking for answers. If
Right.
Cages is on it and Mindy's on it, I'm on it. I've got to think UCLA though. Actually, it's nothing against SC in this one, but UCLA is in the right spot to finally get this game. They should be favored. A lot of handicappers agree too. Kind of worries me a little bit. Seems like everybody's on UCLA and handicapper land. At least the ones I follow. I follow cappers. I'm no.
UCLA's been more consistent all year long than USC, even if you watch them in some of those, big blowouts and such. I mean, just the team as a whole, I think they just look better.
Yeah, well, again, I like to point to DTR. I mean, he always has been, early in his career. Hey, he's been playing quarterback for 5 years. I mean, he had a lot of rough times when he was younger, and UCLA wasn't as good. He's been with Chip now all the way through here, and now here it is. They finally reached this moment. We'll mention USC 3-1 on the road to the over. UCLA 3-0 to the over as a dog, but I'm not so sure, Mindy, with that big total. I'm ready to go the other way. But let's take UCLA as our premium consensus pick here. Blake's on it also. So we got like a four-person consensus on this.
Perfect. We like those.
Yep. UAB and LSU. These are your favorite games, Mindy. The SEC taking on these weak teams in the next to last week of the season or so. You've been getting a kick out of these.
I know that I normally like scoring in college football way more than I like defense. So I was, one of those that I'm, kind of tend to be a fan of the Pac-12 and the Big 12, those teams that really put up the points. I mean, I'm stuck in this Big 10 where no one likes to score anything. It's kind of boring. So I kind of, jealous of these other, other conferences. And that's kind of the same with, LSU. They have their times where they just play defense, but, they're also putting up 32 points on offense. So they've been doing pretty well here this season. Tigers wrapped up the SEC West. I don't know if they have a whole lot of motivation other than to stay in the top, they're ranked like 6, something like that. But I'm going to take a look at UAB here. UAB 5-1-1 against the spread their last 7 games here in November. I like the underdog to stay within these, 15 points. Maybe I'm kind of foolish, but that's just kind of the way it seems to me today.
No, I mean, I think, a lot of people, again, this is one where, the numbers all play out. Maybe even the line is right part of the time, but you have to just kind of deduct on the motivation here what you think might happen, because that's what happens with all these SEC teams. I mean, you see how many, we talked about Auburn and Western Kentucky. There's other games this week, where the SEC team is playing some weak sister opponent. So what's going to happen in these games? Well, I'll tell you what is going to happen. It's going to be very tough for UAB to score, but does LSU really have the motivation to run something up? I like the under in this one, Mindy. UAB 1-3 to the under on the road. LSU 1-4 to the under as a favorite. We'll just mention you on UAB, but they are 0-4 against the spread on the road, while LSU 5-2 against the number right of late. So that might not be. Going off the top of my head on that one. So, but anyways, Mindy, you are on UAB on the record, as they said in the chat over there.
Yep, on the record. Hold us to it.
Yep, and also I'll be on the under with UAB and LSU. All right, Colorado and Washington. Hopefully the season's almost over for the Buffaloes. They're going to be coming in here as another huge dog to Washington. 30.5-point favorite, total 62.5.
Yeah, I mean, I know this game may not be, super exciting, but, Washington here still is a ranked team. So we went ahead and put this on our list of plays here today. Washington scored 29 points per game in the last 3. Colorado only 20. Washington is 3-12 against the spread with the team versus a team with a losing record. I think Washington here is definitely got to win, but Man, I'm not so sure they can win by 30.5 here versus Colorado today. I think I'm going to go with the Buffaloes for the first time this season. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh. And Colorado 0-5 against the spread on the road. Mindy says take Colorado. Washington 4-2 against the spread at home. But again, how high is too high, Mindy? That's what you're saying here, I think, in this one. Look, Colorado 5-0 to the over on the road, and we know why, right? But I think I see where you're coming with it, and I agree with you. I mean, Washington 4-1-1 to the over at home. But if it's going to be Colorado, it's because Washington isn't going to be putting up, I don't think, the massive number. I think it's Colorado gets there with, they get some scoring done and Washington doesn't blow them out. I like it to go under in kind of conjunction, I think, with Mindy's play on plus 30.5. The lower that score is, the more valuable those points are. So they don't want to end up on the wrong end of a 52-10. Certainly, but I will take under in this one, and Mindy is on the Buffaloes.
Yeah, first time this year. I'm excited.
And Washington. Well, hey, maybe Colorado is turning their season's turning around.
That's
hey,
right.
also
That's
great
right.
comments there by Greer about stepping up and increasing your bankroll. And Timmy Two Shoes also welcome. It's good to see you again as always here today. All right. Oregon hosting Utah. This is a big one. It's a good one, but everyone's wondering what's going to be up with Bo Nix in this one, and how much is it affecting your handicap, your line? Right now, I'm showing Utah now -2. I mean, we know Oregon would be the favorite probably with Nix by about a field goal or so, like they were. What do you know? What do you think is going to happen here? In this one, Mindy. And that total, is that right? 60. Yeah. That's kind of surprising that total is up there like that, considering.
Yeah, this game is hard for me. So if I take a look at this one, just overall, like if I take a look at, a 5-week, 3-week window in this, right?
Okay.
3-week window, 68% road cover from +1 up to -2.5. And it's one of those that, again, Oregon's 5-1 against the spread the last 6 games. Home team's 5-0, right? Also in the last 5 meetings. It's also uncommon to have a move, from what was it, like 55 originally up to 60
Yeah,
for and over. You know what I mean? And so I kind of want to go ahead and tend to lean here, to the under. I think there's too much conflicting, information for me on this one. I tend to kind of maybe want to go Utah, but I don't love it. But I do like this play here for the under 60 in this one, based off of historical trends that I keep stats on over the last 10 years.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, Oregon is 4-1 to the over at home, but I happen to agree. If I'm going to be, look. I mean, I see. It's still Utah and Oregon, and I guess we can prepare for kind of a high-scoring game. But yeah, the move's gone the other way, and if Oregon is not at full strength, I've got to agree with you, Mindy. I want to go under in this one, under the 60 in this one. Plus, it looks like a great game that should be two good teams. You're going to have some defense. That's kind of the way I feel also about the USC UCLA game. Usually when I see these games where I'm thinking, it could be out of control, you're talking about teams that are 5-4 record, 4-3 record, where they're decent but they have no D. They win at home but they can't win on the road. These are teams that are, again, I'll say it. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people are saying
it. I'll do it.
Well, the Pac-12 gets such a bad reputation year after year. They're obviously having their best year, maybe in since they at least revamped to 4 teams in the BCS, I would think. So to me, it seems like the Pac-12 is having the best year as far as expectations are concerned. And to have good teams, you got to have some defense. Pac-12 has a lot of teams in the top 25, and that's why they're strength has gone up, and it was reflected in the BCS rankings and all that. So, somehow if they can get USC. I mean, the Pac-12 wants USC to win that game today, even though we don't. But
Right.
I'm going to take under. I'm going to take under with you, Mindy. We got a consensus there with Utah and Oregon. All right, that's it. That's our.
That's it. So
college
don't be too mad that we didn't go over Colorado State and Air Force. I hope you can forgive us.
Well, maybe I should just throw something out here.
Of course, go ahead, go for it, Ramon.
Well, I like the under. Colorado State and Air Force. I like the under. Free play, extra play right here. Don't really have my notes. I can give you my ratings. Not going to interest you very much, but it probably wouldn't have made my premium card because it dipped down there to 43 now. So at 45 and a half, I was probably looking at a premium. And maybe I was going to throw a little something, but I'll give it out right here as a free play. I do think under 40 points is very reasonable in that game today. Colorado State, I mean, can they really?
It's crazy.
Can they get anything together against Air Force? I mean, how many times this team scoring, limited amount of points? So, all right, we're going to roll next.
Freebie, Ramon. Thanks, Ramon.
Yep, we're going to roll next and get into the NBA. It's a brief card, but certainly worth taking a look at. Here are 5 games in the NBA tonight. Starting with the Raptors and the Hawks. I'm going to bring up the latest odds, make sure we have it. But when I typed these in about 3 hours ago or so, it was Hawks -6 and the total 225. And I know that one's changed. 5.5, 225.5.
It's not too bad, actually. Yeah, well, I like the Raptors here and the plus points. Raptors 6-1 on 2 days rest, 5-1 versus a team with a winning record here as well. Raptors are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 as well. I'll take them plus 5.5-ish.
All right, Mindy says take the Raptors in this one, and I think that is. Boy, this one's tough for me. I'm going to end up probably going under in this game. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. They just played back on October 31st, and Toronto won that one. They also covered the spread 103-99 as a 2-point home favorite. Atlanta over in 9 of 15 games this year. 8 of the last 11 meetings have gone over, huh? All right. Now I think that number's too high. I don't know. I'm not buying into that those trends that say over in this one. I'm going to go under, Mindy, in this one, under the 225.5. Mindy, you said take the Raptors.
That's right.
Raptors. Okay, we're down in that one. All right. Did we get some comments on that game?
Yeah.
Raptors have players out. Hawks money line here for Blake. All right, good comments. Magic and the Pacers in this one. And I'm showing right now the Pacers are -6. This total down to 227.
All righty. So which one are we on?
This is the Magic and the Pacers.
The Magic and the Pacers. I look up and I'm like, it wasn't there. Yeah, and I finished up my little comment. Pacers, what you said, -6.
Yeah,
I like him in this one. I'll take him at -6. Magic 1-5 on the road against the spread, 1-6 on the road straight up. Pacers also 9-1 their last 10. I think they can cover here. I'll take them.
Well, they might as well cover. I mean, they're 9-1 against the spread their last 10 games. You said, but then they're just drilling. And Orlando 1-5-1 against the spread on the road. So 9 of the last 11 meetings have gone over. I'm not sure that I'm seeing this one that going that way. Orlando 6-1 against the spread at Indiana, but I don't know for Mindy. For me, Mindy, I think it kind of Indiana, how hot they are, kind of trumps it right now. Seems like a decent number for a team that's hot like that. I'm going to get on this favorite with you here. Laying 6 points, tough on a Saturday night. but I'm going to be on it with you. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, by the way, and I'll take the Pacers. Mindy and I got a consensus play here in the NBA on Magic and Pacers. Scotch likes the over, I believe, in this one. All right, Minnesota and Philly. Philly, wow. I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe Harden's one of those guys that I kind of, team starts playing better or whatever. But Philadelphia's been looking pretty good of late, certainly, and they're favored here. Oh man, Minnesota's favored now. Might want to check is Embiid out, you guys? Let's just check, maybe Mindy. But right
So
now,
you've gone for Timberwolves plus 2.5 now to -1.
Maybe -2. Total 220. That's at on our back end. They are -2 and 220.
Well, it's one of those that, I mean, the Timberwolves don't necessarily play well in Philly in the past. But I was going to go ahead and take a stab here at the Timberwolves. They are 8-0 in their last Saturday games here. I had the Timberwolves here winning by 4. So that point spread, moving to -1, -2 doesn't really hurt my handicap much. I don't believe, depending on, what kind of, player issues there are. But I'll still go with the Timberwolves here, -2.
Okay, Mindy's on Minnesota, minus the 2 points. So Philadelphia, like I said, they are hot. And right now I'm showing, Tobias Harris is questionable. So that's pretty significant injury. We know Harden's been out now for a couple of over 2 weeks, I think just about 2 weeks. And so anyways, Minnesota 1-3 against the spread as an underdog. Philadelphia 2-7 to the under at home. I think that's the way this one's going to go. You already see the move heading under 2.5 points. That's pretty sharp action. That's the kind of sharp action I end up tailing. I don't know if you can read into how I'm sometimes use the market as a handicapping tool, but for me, already kind of keying in on the under. Here comes the move. I want to get on it now. This one's probably going to sail down some more. It seems like whenever you have a line switch like that, that's going to affect the point spread. Might stop here at Timberwolves 2, but the total might still drop a few more points. So Mindy's on Minnesota. They took the action, of course, by the way, obviously, and I'm on the under 220. Yep. Utah and Portland here. I'm showing Portland a 4-point favorite, 226.5. That one's gone up 3.5 points. We know we were on Utah yesterday, Mindy, so I know it's a back-to-back.
Yeah, and I know I was heading to the under to the over here in this one as well, because I know that they've been trending under here this season, both of these teams. But if you take a look at the Jazz, put up 134 yesterday. They're 4-1 to the over in the last 5 following a straight up win. Then also, and then the over for the Trailblazers is 7-3 on their last Saturday games. I think this is a good spot here to hit the over, even though these two teams have been trending a little bit on the under here as of late.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the over. Utah and Portland, free play for her. She's not getting that good number anymore. So, I don't mind that necessarily. Portland been a pretty steady under this year for sure. 5-9-1 to the under. Both these teams, money makers. I know that.
That's right.
Utah 10-2 against the spread as an underdog. Man, I know they're on the back-to-back, but they're getting a few points here. I know I already told you, Mindy, Portland's on my buy list too, currently. And, of course, I mean, these two teams, 22-9-1 against the spread so far. Man, Utah on the back-to-back, but if Blake's on it, I'm on it. I'm going to take the Utah Jazz as my free play. Looking for winners with my chat here, Mindy, on our show. All right, glad to see everybody here on a Saturday morning, and we're getting through this card. Let's go one more NBA game, and it's the Spurs and the Clippers. We finally saw Kawhi after I talked all that stuff. He probably felt he had to make an appearance, but he looks slow, fat, and old. Quite frank, I mean, that's the way I could,
Is that how you'd write up his column when you're doing your sports writing this evening?
I mean, right? I mean, that's what it looks like to me. So maybe it's one of those again. Maybe Kawhi. The Clippers have had, they've been up and down kind of with the numbers. So always been a Kawhi fan, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to contribute.
Yeah, and I was going to take a look at the under here, under 224.5. It's 6-1 the last 7 between these two teams, and also 5-2 on the Clippers home court there as well. Ramon, taking the under.
All right, Mindy's on the under. Clippers and Spurs in this one. Let me see if it's down to 222, Mindy. I'll give
Okay,
you the benefit of the doubt. I kind of sprang that on you there.
it's
But
okay.
in the back end, it's going to be 9 and 222 in this one. And that's going to be enough for me to get on the Spurs, probably for sure in this one. I don't trust these LA teams right now necessarily. Clippers just 2-6 against the spread at home. Clippers 1-7 to the under at home. Mindy, 5 straight meetings between these two under. So Mindy's on the under. I'm on San Antonio +9 is my free pick.
I like those plays, Ramon. I like them.
Okay, well, we just gave one.
Well, I mean, I like the plays you gave out as well.
Well, we got and Scotch is going to be on the Clippers in this one. Blake's with me on Spurs, so we're kind of
Challenge.
yeah. But we do have one premium consensus, and that's the Indiana Pacers -6 points against the Orlando Magic
Perfect.
on Saturday. We got one play out of it, out of the card.
The best play out of all of them.
Well, maybe we can package it up with some college, or we'll just give it a best bet criteria there because we seem to be pretty solid on it. So we're going to look at 4 games in college basketball today, and we're going to start with Maryland and St. Louis. Tony had a preview this one, so if you want to check that out, you guys. Also, you can check out his video on this one. We'll see if what Mindy thinks of this game here. This is one of the early starts today, so what you got here, Mindy, with these two?
Yeah, I feel like a bad handicapper today. I haven't seen, Tony's video yet on this play. So I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that it pans out. Maryland, they're 3-0 this season, 3-0 against the spread. I know they haven't really been, tested much because they've won each of these games by about, 30. But I really like this nice aggressive defense by this Terrapins team. I'm going to take Maryland here over the Billikens.
Plus the 3.5, +4, +3.5, whatever it is. Mindy, you got it. You get Maryland. They're 3-0 against the spread. St. Louis been doing well too, though, 2-1 against the spread. These two teams actually opposite right now in that tempo department. Right, with currently Maryland 0-3 to the under, St. Louis 3-0 to the over. So, I mean, how's it going to go today?
What's a Ramon to do?
Well, yeah, how's it going to go when these two teams get together? You like the Terps, huh?
I do.
Okay. Well, for me, I think there's only one way for me to look, and I think that's going to be to go under the total in this one. I think if you like the Terps, and they're 3-0 against the spread, and they're 3-0 to the under, that's going to put me on the under. That's not much of a handicap, but I already was leaning to the under, so that's how I'm going to do it with this one. When you're fishing for straws right now, like I am, and throwing some darts on our free picks, but I don't mind. If it's a consensus, we'll be in lockstead agreement. So, all right. Tony, he had a comment on this one too, so go ahead and check him out. But Providence taking on Miami here, and I'm showing right now Miami is a 2.5 point favorite, total down to 140.5.
Yeah, Providence 2-1 against the spread. Miami opposite 1-2 against the spread. I'm gonna be taking the over in this one, Ramon. The over is 6-0 for the Hurricanes. Last 6. After an ATS loss, Providence over 7-3 in the Friars. Last 10 games following a straight up win. I'll be going over 140.5.
Okay, Mindy says go over 140.5 in this one with Providence and Miami. She told you Providence perfect against the numbers so far. They also 2-0 to the over, and Miami 2-1 to the over. That looks pretty good. I'm kind of tempted to do that, especially at the discounted price there with you. But I think for me, I'm going to end up taking my Providence Friars here plus 2.5. I think they can get the win here in this one, keep that spread streak going. Mindy says go over 140.5. I say take Providence plus 2.5, and we've got Scotch on Miami. All right.
Challenge, Ramon, challenge.
Josh doesn't need to go look at Tony's video, if you know what I mean, but we want you to go check it out. And anyways, Mindy, we got a couple more to look at that we picked out here. Citadel going up against Butler. Kind of an interesting contrast, if you will. So Butler, though, big favorite here, of course. And go ahead on this one. They're favored by 19 now. Total down to 141.5.
Yeah, it's crazy because Citadel is a team that I really got to watch a lot, and I liked a lot over the last couple of years when I'm sitting at home watching some basketballs, during some of the COVID layoffs and such. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a look at the under in this one. I mean, it's the battle of the Bulldogs. I mean, why not, right? Under trends here for the Citadel. They're 4-0 in the last 4 Saturday games, 5-1 following a straight up win. Butler's 5-0, to the under here as well in their last 5 home games. They also are 8-3-1 to the under versus a team with a losing record. Hey, let's hit the under, Ramon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you're on the Bulldogs, and I was like, oh, come on, Mindy, you're not going to go there with that. You're not going to pull that old joke with, we already do that too many times. But you said the under, huh?
Yeah, I like the under.
All right, Mindy says go under Citadel and Butler in this one. Yeah, for me, I'm probably going to be on Butler to blow them out. I don't know, maybe it'll be like 90-50 or something in this one, and we can get home there. I'm going to take Butler. I'm going to lay 19 points today with the Bulldogs over the Bulldogs in this one. Citadel is 2-0 against the number so far. And Butler did go over in both their home games so far, and they are 2-0 against the spread. So they do got that going for them to kind of counter that Citadel spread there. So, all right, Mindy says go under 141.5, and I say take Butler minus 19. And we're going for the bailout game tonight. With Portland State and Oregon State in this one. And let's see, I know it's at the bottom of the rotation. 8 and up to 146.
Well, I will be going over the 146 total here in this one with the Portland State Vikings and the Oregon State Beavers. 5-0 the last 5 Saturday games to the over. 10-2 in the last 12 following a straight up win to the over. 22-7 last 29 home games to the over. Beavers are off to that 4-0 start, looking to go 17-0 versus this Portland State team. I'll take the over.
All right, Mindy does say go over the 146 here in this one. You know what it is, Mindy, is usually Oregon State wins, but they don't cover the spread because the spread is just too high. But is this spread now finally low enough maybe to consider taking Portland State? I'm not, or I should say Oregon State. Right?
Yeah.
Usually it is a double-digit favorite situation. Oregon State 3-0 straight up, but 0-3 against the spread versus Portland State in the last 3 meetings. So they're just usually favored by too much, but they're usually favored by 12, 15 points, and they win by 6 or 8 points. So maybe this is the spot for Oregon State possibly to get there. That's kind of what I'm thinking in this one. So I think the spread's low enough now. I'm waiting for the chat to say something. I'm going to go.
Ramon, do it.
I'm going to go with Oregon State.
I like it.
I'm going to buck that little trend there that usually they're favored by too many points, and here say that the spread has come down enough now that it's single digits. In the other games, it was double digits. So I'll take Oregon State in this one. And Mindy says go over in Portland State and Oregon State. And we didn't come up to any consensus? Is that right?
Behind the scenes, perhaps.
Okay. Right. Yeah, we got a lot of plays up there with college football. So, and
that's the thing is there's so many hockey games and such today too that in order for us to get through, a lot of stuff, we kind of have to be, pick and choose our plays here with, the college basketball card.
Okay,
And again, if
well,
you guys want games for us to cover moving forward, just go ahead and put those in the chat. We'll make sure we do get those games on our slate to cover for you.
I was thinking maybe you were, didn't want me to agree with you in my college picks because of my slump for the last 2 days. But let's get into the hockey card. It's a big hockey card, so I know we'll have some kind of consensus here, plays for sure. And again, it's been, this was our strong sport for several weeks, and then basketball kind of, has come over and kind of we've done better in basketball of late. So, but with a big card like this, let's try to get a winning consensus here and start with. And some of these goalies will be confirmed, and I'll just see if I can't catch us up. But the red hot New Jersey Devils, 11 in a row now. They're favored minus $1.50, 6.5 over 20.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the under here in this one. Devils only allowing 1.67 goals here over the last 3. Senators are allowing only, 2 goals over that same span. Under is also 4-1. The Devils last 5. Under is 5-2. Senators last 7. I'm going to go under the 6.5 goals here today.
All right, Mindy says go under in this one with New Jersey and Ottawa. Yeah, I'm not sure I can get with you on 6-1 to the over the last 7 meetings at Ottawa. For me, Mindy, I don't care what the price is right now. I just want to take New Jersey. I want to ride this wave until it kind of comes to an end, I think, at this point. And call me square, but it's only $1.50 with the hottest team in the league right now. And I'm going to take New Jersey on the road against Ottawa, 14-3, straight up record. It's Saturday. Watch out. But Scotch is on them. And Matt says, you know what? Watch out for that puck line too, though. Maybe New Jersey still gets it done. And Ottawa can come in there. They're still minus $2 at plus 1.5. Look, Ottawa's nothing special, right? I mean, they're doing a nice job. They're not terrible. So, all right. We're on that one. Mindy's on the under 6.5 goals, and I'm on New Jersey again. Red Wings and Blue Jackets. And in this one, I may have missed one. That's okay. We'll come right back to it. Yep, maybe I have it. Red Wings and Blue Jackets, though, in this one, Mindy. And I'm showing the Red Wings minus $1.40 and the total 6.5 over 15.
Yeah, I think I'll take Markstrom here in this one. Blue Jackets giving up 4 goals here a game. Red Wings only allowing 3.29-ish, so they're doing a little bit better here. Also have this Blue Jackets team that ranks, pretty awful in power play percentage, while the Red Wings are doing much better this season. I'll take those Red Wings at minus 135 here today.
All right, Mindy says take the Red Wings on the road against CBJ. Detroit 2-4 has a puck line dog. Columbus 12-4 to the over this season, including 8-1 so far at home. So that kind of caught my eye a little bit. But I think for me, I'm going to end up on the other side of you this one. I'm going to take Columbus at home. We're going to end up going against each other in this one.
It happens.
Yep. I like Detroit, just not necessarily, I think, trusting them on the road. That's what I'm kind of think there. All right. They bring me back here and just lost the panel, or maybe I skipped it, but Flames and Panthers. Panthers minus $1.35 and total 6.5 under 20.
Yeah, Flames here 3-1 versus the Panthers over the last 3 seasons, 8-3 in the last 11 meetings. Flames here also averaging, well over 3 goals a game here. So I kind of like this Flames team where they're sitting today. I'll take them on the road upset.
All right, Mindy says take Calgary on the road here, and I am going to agree with Mindy, I think, in this one to take Calgary on the road. They not necessarily the best situation for them. They are 1-3 on the road. They haven't played a lot of road games. Florida 5-2 at home so far, but yeah, Calgary does kind of have their number a little bit, even though it's east-west. And this one does go over quite a bit. 11 of the last 14 over, but I think it might be a lower scoring game today with these two
Agree.
teams. So I'm going to take Calgary with you though. And let's take Calgary in this one as our first premium consensus.
We did it.
In hockey, we found one. All right. Pittsburgh and Winnipeg. I'm showing Pittsburgh minus $1.20, 6.5 under 15.
Yeah, Jets here, they're only allowing 2 goals a game over their last 3 compared to the Penguins, who are giving up almost 5 over that same time span. Jets are 5-1 the last 6 overall here as well. I don't seem to bet on the Jets too often, but I like my play here with them today. I'll take the Jets.
All right, Mindy says take Winnipeg. Yeah, Winnipeg, what can you say? I mean, they have been a very good team so far, 10-4-1. That's pretty sharp, right? Really in a good groove right now over the last 10 games, going 8-1-1. Winnipeg 2-11 to the under. I don't know if they're going to win this game, Mindy. I think they're going to end up scoring goals the way it looks. That's a hard trend to kind of buck right there, though. 2-11 to the under. That's the way I think I'm going to have to look. I'm going to think it goes under in this one. I give them a big chance to maybe win that game, but I'll take the under in this one. Mindy says take Winnipeg at about even money or so. And Scotch says take those Jets. Maybe I should be listening to these guys.
Jets. Other Jets.
Next up, the Avalanche and the Capitals and Colorado on the road here. They're minus $1.30, maybe even a 35. Total now, though, is definitely shifting to the towards the under here. I'm showing 6 under 15. Pretty big shift.
Okay, yeah, and I am happy with that because I like the over in this one. Avalanche here, they're putting up some goals over their last 5. If you take a look, averaging over 4. Capitals then have allowed over 5 goals per game over their last 3. Over's 3-0 in the Capitals' last 3 games. Over's 4-0 in the last meetings, between these two teams in Washington. I really like the over, and I'm glad it's staying at that 6.
Yeah, I probably wasn't going to go premium on it, but I did like it. I was hoping that, there'd be maybe more of a consensus 6 over line out there, but man, Colorado, they should be able to score, I would think here. This has been a really tough meeting for Colorado. Washington 12-2 against Colorado last 14 meetings, but I see the goals today. I'm with you. Let's premium consensus with this one. Go over that 6.5. It's going to be tough to get there. I think we could get there with Colorado today. Again, I think my lean is probably Colorado here in the game itself. So let's go over this one with Colorado and Washington. Give us a second consensus play as we get into this one here with Buffalo and Toronto. And I'm showing that Buffalo, big underdog, of course. I'm showing Toronto up to 275.
Yeah, I don't really want any part of the side or puck line in this one, really. I don't know. This is just kind of a crazy game. I only have this one like a variance of like a quarter of a goal. Can I have that? I mean, the Sabres, with a total in theirs, 5 out of the last 3, they've gone to the under. Maple Leafs have had total goals be under 6 in the last 3 out of their 5 games here as well. I don't know. I had Samsonov earlier, but it's Murray now, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're still looking like they're at about 2.2 goals. Either way you look there with either Murray or Samsonov. I'll take the under in this one today.
All right, Mindy says go under in Buffalo and Toronto. And I'll go with you on that. Let's put in another consensus pick here. Toronto. We know that they've been pretty solid to the under this year. They're crummy puck line favorites. So what are they going to do here if a total of 6.5? Toronto, they do win at home, but they don't usually get the puck line. So maybe it stays. Maybe it is a 3-2 game tonight in this one. So Buffalo, we get Scott saying Buffalo has the series edge in this one. So that's good news too. If you're talking about a big dog, let's go under, Mindy, 6.5 in Buffalo and Toronto here. Yeah, I give Buffalo a big chance, and that puck line looks okay to me because it's just minus $1.10 or so, getting a goal and a half, and Toronto is 3-14 as a puck line favorite. So
It's crazy.
I mean, so you can lay this. This is a big price to go all day, but again, when you're a puck line favorite like Toronto, you're usually around the same price. Now, granted, they probably played some better teams and maybe it wasn't, but we know Toronto's been, a big price in a lot of games, so they haven't been able to get that number. Buffalo, that puck line looks pretty good today. So, all right, but let's take under in Buffalo and Toronto. That's our third pick. I knew we'd have some hockey in us today for sure. Just knowing what I know about your picks and my picks, and this is a game. Flyers and Canadians here, and I'm showing right now that the Flyers currently are Canadians $1.30, 6/15, no change.
Okay. Over the last 5 games here, Flyers just really haven't been scoring much, 1.8 goals. Canadians are doubling that, 3.6 goals here per game. Flyers here have also allowed 4, during their 5-game losing streak here. Also surrounded, 7 power play goals in the last 4? That's a bunch. I'm going to take the Canadians here, minus 135.
All right, Mindy is on Montreal as a favorite here. Philadelphia 10-4 as a puck line dog. Pretty big price, though, to get involved with that today. They are also 5-8-1 to the under as an underdog. Philadelphia does pretty well in this series, 5-1 last 6 at Montreal. I'm going to disagree with Mindy here. I'm going to take the Flyers. I hate to do it. I hate to do it because I'm going against Mindy, but also I don't want to take the Flyers ever against Montreal, but I am today. Mindy and I disagree here on this one. So we got 3 consensus and 2 heads-up clashes.
Duking it out, Ramon, duking it out.
The Blackhawks and the Bruins. The Bruins are favored by $4, and the total is about 6 flat. But here's a $4 favorite on Saturday night.
I know, crazy, right? I mean, both of these teams, though, they've had total goals in their games be 5 or less, 4 out of their last 5 games. Blackhawks are only scoring 1.2 goals per game here. I just think I got to go under here in this one.
Yeah, and the Sharps are agreeing with you, and sometimes it'd be one that I'm kind of favor, especially with Boston 3-8 to the under as a favorite this year. I kind of was teetering on that one, but I was just hoping that, and it probably was never going to be a higher total than this. So maybe I was a pipe dream there. Boston 5-1 last 6 meetings, but I can't pass on a Saturday night. Give me the goal and a half plus money, plus probably $1.35 or so. I'll take the Blackhawks in this one, plus the goal and a half. Boston's so awesome. I can't get in the way of Scotch is on it. I get it. Boston's absolutely terrific. I'm just going to hope it's Saturday night. Anything can happen in the NHL on Saturday night. Lightning and Predators. Lightning are favorite here on the road. They're minus $1.25. Total 6 under 15 now.
Yeah, Lightning here scored 5 goals over the last 3. Predators only scoring 3 over their last 3 there as well. Lightning 9-2 in the last 11. Predators here 5-1 in their last 6 games. And in Nashville, though, So I mean, you got a little bit of a clash between two pretty good teams here. But I'll kind of go with Vegas. I like the Lightning. I'll take them at minus 125. I'll take the
All right.
favorite.
Indy is on the Tampa Bay Lightning in this one. They are so hot, aren't they? Over the last 10 games, 7-2-1, and Nashville 2-8 last 10 on the puck line, but they're laying too big of a price, I would think, to get involved with that. Oh God, 240 or so. Give me the under, I would think, in this one. With looks like these goalies. I'm not sure with these two. I think they will be in there. Vasilevsky, they're just listed as unconfirmed. But I'm going to go under the 6 as my free play. Tampa Bay and San Jose. Mindy says take the Lightning on the road. And Scott says Lightning 9-2, last 11, playing great. Speaking of playing great, the Islanders, they're still playing pretty good. And Dallas, they're playing pretty good too. This is one of the best games of the night for sure, I would think, Mindy. In this one, you have Dallas, though, favorite at home. They're up to minus $1.45, total 6 under 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these like I really enjoy watching both of these teams. I like, Sorokin in goal. Not as familiar with Wedgwood, but yeah, I mean, over the last 4 games, Islanders putting up 3 goals a game. Stars, on the other hand, closer to 5. I do like the Stars here today at home. They are 6-1 their last 7 Saturday games, and like I said, the home team's 4-0 in the last 4. Between these two, I'll take the Stars today, minus 145.
Yeah, and it could be your guy Ottinger could actually end up being in there. I'm showing 2 of the 3 sites now have switched to Ottinger
Okay.
as the goal, so I would think that's probably a switcheroo. Probably not going to type in here as I've already started the comments. I think Scott says go over in this one, so I will go over in this one, agreeing with Scotch. Even with Ottinger in there, I like it tonight to go over with these 2 teams. Both teams playing very, very well. They're kind of in their best setting for scoring right now. Dallas 7-2 as a puck line favorite. Islanders 7-2 as a puck line dog. Something's got to give. Those are big prices, though. Obviously, you got to lay $2 to take the Islanders, but could be a tight game, and we got a 6 on there. 3-3 is quite possible. Could be 2-2, and that would end up on the wrong side there. But this one appears to me to be closer, maybe even than $1.45. Respect the play, Mindy, on Dallas. At home certainly where they're pretty good, but I'll take the over 6 goals in this one. It'll be on me and Scotch here. I think he was hoping he was talking about this one over.
Maybe I'm sure.
Lightning because I went under and he said go over. But okay, Ducks and the Blues, and in this one I'm showing the Ducks. Big dog here, Blues favored minus 215.
Yeah, I don't know always, what to do about these Ducks and these Blues. One day they score 5 goals, one day they score 1 goal. So it's going to be one of those, crazy games on how we're going to go ahead and figure this one out. I mean, the Blues here are the big favorites. Both of these teams are, allowing, 2 goals here over their last 3. I think it's going to be an off night for both of these teams. I'm going to go ahead and go under. Under's 4-0, the Ducks last 4 overall. Under 7-1, the last 8 meetings between the Ducks and Blues. I'm going to go under, even though I know the Blues have been, kind of scoring goals here as of late. Kind of feel like the Blues are maybe getting a little bit of rhythm back, but I'll go under.
No, I got under in this one, Mindy. Look, I agree. They 5-1-1 to the over at home, last 7 there. But in this one, look, it's 6 for a reason. It's probably going to be, probably a 3-2 game, something like that. Anaheim does very, very well in this setting. Where, look, when you see a team like Anaheim that's gone 8-2 against the Blues at St. Louis over the last couple of years, last few years, it's not like the Ducks were good in beating them. They were still the Ducks, and the Blues were, steady and decent. So it's been a good place for Anaheim. So even with their 5-11 record, I think that with Gibby in goal today, and if it's Binnington, I'm showing Binnington now. They'll probably maybe more likely to go instead of Grice. So you guys can check that out. I think it's going to be Binnington, and I like the under here, Mindy. We've got 4 consensus plays with 1 game to go. Let's hope we can get one more, or not one more, but 3 more games. Yeah, 4, whatever it is. We can get another game out of this, I think, and give us a 5-pack today. Let's take a look at Hurricanes and Wild. And in this one, I'm showing the Hurricanes minus $1.20 now. Total 6 over 15.
Yeah, to me, this is just going to come down to, whoever usually is the favorite in this game, wins. Favorite is 14-3. Can't really go wrong with that between these two teams. I mean, historically, they've been, pretty solid with their season totals. So I'll take Hurricanes here, minus 120. And I like that better than the 135 I had last evening.
Okay. Well, Mindy says take the Hurricanes here in this one. Now, these two teams combined 13-20 to the under. Minnesota just 2-5 at home so far. I don't know. I kind of like the spot for Minnesota, but I'm not sure I'm going to get involved. I'm certainly not going to go against you, I think, in this one. But I am going to buck that trend of combined 13-20 to the under. I think we are going to see the goals in this one. I've got this one to go over with Carolina and Minnesota tonight. Again, I lean Minnesota at home. If they are going to win, they're going to need at least 4 goals, I think, tonight. So I'll take under. I'm taking over. Mindy's on Carolina, minus $1.20. I'm on the over 6. Get it right, Ramon. Get it right. All right, we've got VGK here. Is that right? VGK in Edmonton? Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Sorry about that. Just had a little. My line on the sheet didn't agree. So go ahead, Mindy. In this one, I'm going to VGK $1.15 and 6.5 over 20.
Yeah, I mean, Golden Knights here putting up 4 goals over the last 5 games. Oilers scoring, 1 or less goals per game in that span. Geez, Golden Knights 7-0 in their last 7 versus a team with a winning record, 6-0 in the last 6. I'm going to take the Golden Knights here today. Those Oilers just haven't been scoring much here at all as of late.
All right, Mindy's going to take the Golden Knights on the road. Why not? They're looking great. They're up there with the elite teams. We all know that right now. And this looks like a pretty decent price. I was actually kind of, leaning towards Edmonton myself, so not going to probably be joining you. No, I'm not going to be joining you there. But I don't know. The move has been on the under in this one, and I think that's where I'm going to end up going with this one. I'm going to go with the under in Vegas and Edmonton. I want to see if it is indeed. We don't have the confirm, but is it going to be? Stewart is definitely confirmed in there. That does, make me wince a little bit, but the spot for me is the under. So I am going to go under in VGK in Edmonton as my free pick here on the show. Let's see. We've got taken VGK at this price. You know it. I mean, look at that, $1.15. You're not going to get it much cheaper than that, especially with the backup goalie in for the other team, right? So still showing $1.15, maybe even lower at some of the other of the low juice sites. So, all right, Mindy, we got 2 games left. We got to find one here.
We can do it. We can do it.
Well, look what the Kings did last night. They didn't.
Man, what happened?
Too sharp, and now they're gonna. I had the winner on my social pick on that one on the under, but Kings and Kraken, and in this one I'm showing the Kraken favored minus $1.30, and the total is about 6 flat now.
Yeah, I mean, I did think the Kings were going to have that good performance, So, again, the trends held steady there for the Canucks beating the LA Kings. So here, it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. I mean, Seattle's been the league's worst face-off team this season. The Kings rank 6th in winning percentage. Kings are 8-2 in their last 10 Saturday games. Road team 4-1 the last 5 meetings. I know the Kraken have been playing okay, but I think the Kings are going to get some redemption here this evening. I'll take them plus money, plus 105-ish.
All right, you're back on them. You're back on the Kings here. I get it. I'm going to go under 6.5 after. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Uh, the total is 6. Hold on a second here. I think I was looking at the just. It's not a. I did not miss. I did not miss.
I think you're okay.
No, I didn't misspeak. I was just looking at the one of the other games. I like the over in this game. Of course I do, right, Mindy, with the Kings. Even though I went under yesterday, we know the Kings have been pretty darn solid to the over of late. Seattle has gone under in 6 straight games. And, yeah, the Kings didn't produce last night with just that one goal. But, man, the Kings, as puck line dogs, there are laying too big of a price, but 9-3. The puck line dog. Seattle, though, still getting it done, doing a good job. But Mindy's going to go against them, taking my Kings on the road. I'm going to go over 6 goals with LA and Seattle. Kings get it back together on the road, Mindy says. So why not go over?
Those Kraken just have to help you out tonight. They've been kind of on a little lull themselves, but
yeah,
they definitely have potential.
Looks like Cal Peterson, though, instead of Quick, might be expected to play also in this one. Cal's been, Quick isn't quick anymore. Right, last game of the show, Rangers. And we need a wheel. We just can't force it. We might end up with 4, but we got Rangers, we got Sharks. Rangers minus $1.60 now at some sites. Total about a flat 6, even shaded to the under.
So I have to use my mental telepathy. I have, 2 picks here that I really like. I couldn't really, pick between the 2 here. But yeah, I mean, Rangers, they're allowing just 2.5 goals over their last 5. Sharks are allowing 4 over that same time span. I'm going to go with the Rangers, Ramon. I'm going to take them. They're 11-2-2 versus the Sharks over the last 15 games, 4-0 over the last 4. I'm going to take the Rangers minus 160.
I should just listen to you because I'm not seeing it as well, but I'm going to go over as my pick here.
Ramon, I should have said over.
Yeah, hey, that's the way it happened. But
see, my mental telepathy was off with you. If I would have just said that one, because I'm not going to really be in action in this game, so I could have went either way. Darn it.
Okay. Well,
all right, next time.
I don't know if that breaks the rules. I don't want to break the rules. So
it breaks the rules, so we'll just give out 2 picks.
Yeah, that's what we want to do, and I've got the over in this one. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? The Rangers, just 4-9 though, is a puck line favorite this year. So I don't know. Sharks might be able to hang in this one and make it go over. San Jose 10-3 is a puck line dog, so they are just 1-7 last 8 meetings. So Mindy's got the Rangers ticket in her back pocket. I'm going to go over 6, probably a premium, Mindy. But I decided to go over because I was leaning.
Well, it's one of those that I know you like the totals more, so I thought I would, toss out a side. I thought maybe we could get something there.
Well, just because I was kind of leaning to the Sharks in this one,
right? Well, it's funny because you had said when we were on I think it was the Predators game, you had said on accident San Jose, and so then I was like, oh, I bet he's foreshadowing the San Jose. It was like a slip of the tongue. I should have, should have took it as a cue.
Well, maybe we just throw in the one basketball play with it, make a 5-pack or something like that for anyone that subscribes to our picks, because you can go over to Tony'sPicks.com and subscribe to our picks there with the morning steam. All you do is click the all cappers tab and find morning steam on there. This is if you want to make sure you're getting our plays and you can't make the show. You haven't heard from Latifa through the whole hockey segment. She's probably
she has to watch it later.
Out, not even hearing us right now. But anyways, you can get the plays over there and take a look. We do have, we've got some winning numbers there.
A lot of winning numbers.
Right there, yep. We've been hot over the last 7 days in basketball, as I said. So anyways, you can subscribe to the picks. We already have a college football 3-pack with the early games already up there, and we're going to have more from our picks from today and earlier this week. We're also going to have our package from our hockey and basketball we just put out. You just got them for free, but if you ever miss it, you can subscribe to them. 7 days, $179. 3 days, $99. And we know we give them out for free, but it makes Mindy and I make a little money and stick around and do some shows with Tony and the gang here at Tony'sPicks.com. So, and Mindy, you mentioned all your plays over there. You have a big, big card. You're the hottest capper. That's why you're at the top of the all cappers tab right now. And you got all these plays ready to go.
Yes, ready to go in all the sports today. So I think you can go to Tony'sPicks.com, use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and find something that you like today for my card. Have been cashing in pretty much all of the sports here as of late. So I don't think you can go wrong with any of the packages that you select there as well. So yeah, and then if you're feeling, particularly feisty today, you can do always a Mindy and Ramon, 2-for-1 promotional capper. Where you buy Mindy and Ramon, buy one, get one half off. It's perfect.
Yep, and that would be great if we got some more people to subscribe to the 2-for-1 capper promotion, which you could do right there. Just put both our names in there and then click the buy button and you're off and running with us. Not getting you already get our consensus picks for free right here, but then you would get both of our premium picks right there for
our
3
favorite,
days.
Our favorite games for the day.
49 with Mindy today. You're already going to get about probably maybe 20 games. I'm probably going to have at least 10, if not more, including UFC. So that would take you through today, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday, and our NFL, which we already have some consensus going for Sunday, and maybe we'll even have a few more on the show tomorrow. We're going to be back tomorrow, Mindy, with more football coverage, also hockey and basketball, college, and don't forget, we'll be on the air with the start of the World Cup tomorrow.
Oh my goodness!
And, yep. So great comments, you guys.
When does our Qatar?
It's our.
When do they play? Because that's my only soccer game I'm going to bet all year. So when do they play, Ramon? Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, right. This is the game where you're just going to challenge yourself. Do you want to handicap the game between Qatar?
I'm not handicapping it. I'm going with the payoff.
Ecuador, or do you believe the fake news? Is it real news? Did the Ecuadorian team take a payoff from these? They've already, it's a serious topic. We're making fun of it, but,
right.
Sport washing is a serious topic and a controversial topic, especially in the world today, where before, when sports washing kind of took place before the days of the digital age, maybe it didn't come to the light or come to the forefront, but information travels even illegally. There's just more conversation, right? Whether it's on the Twitter sphere, if that still exists, or whatever. But again, there's talk or discussion. I mean,
who's the favorite?
These guys are gonna could take care of their families for life if they do it. But
who is the favorite in the game?
Ecuador is the favorite for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
So we are getting plus money on our.
Ecuador, always a pretty decent country, from the region out here, and of course Qatar, they get in because they're the host nation. They didn't necessarily even qualify, or probably would have been good. But the one thing that they did do is when they started to build this bid, which by the way, what's part of the total corruption of FIFA. You can go back and read, FIFA, people have gone to jail, not just FIFA organizers, but broadcast partners, people who've organized deals for FIFA contracts have gone to jail because they were involved with scandals involving television rights and things like that. It's really crazy that we pay attention. We should be shunning this event possibly, but the world's greatest players are, in it, and it's a huge event. So, we look beyond that, and sometimes we look beyond the sport washing, if you talk about the Live Golf Tour and the controversy there. So look, there might be differences in societies, and that's what we have to fight through as global citizens, right? And one way to do it is kind of like, okay, we'll play your golf tournaments or whatever, and try to understand your way of life and things like that. I know it's a big topic, especially for women's rights and things like that, about the way lives and families or the family structure is conducted in other countries. But when we think of it, of course, we're appalled by it. But dozens and dozens of generations, 100 years back, have followed those ways of life, and so that's just tough to get over those hurdles. It'll take probably another 100 years to go before we even develop what we have now. I mean, so just crazy. Who cares? We don't need this social discussion. They want the show to end, Mindy, so they can chop it
Always
up.
need the social discussion. You
No,
can't
I
ever
don't
just.
even, what am I even talking about? I mean, I don't. I'm a handicapper. Nobody wants to hear this. Okay, Mindy, great job. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Team Steam for trying to get me back on track. Scotch, Matt, sticking around late. Blake was here as well. Also, Sebastian was here in the chat today. Cages, Greer, Timmy Tushu was here. Who am I forgetting, Minnie? Don't forget Danielle Cunningham joined us live for the first time
Right.
today.
That's awesome.
So we just had so many of our regulars. Latifa, she's sleeping on the couch right now. Doesn't even know we're talking about her. All right, Minnie, catch you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Good job.
Good luck, everyone. Goodbye.